Let me ask you something. How many times this week have you said, I'm fine? Let me ask it a little differently. How many times this week have you said, I'm fine, and you weren't? Maybe you even said it twice or 3 times in one sentence. I'm fine, everything's fine. And if you're here because you follow hashtags like I'm fine or everything's fine, you already know that phrase carries more than it says. Here's what's interesting. Research on emotional suppression shows that when we repeatedly push down what we're feeling, our stress response actually increases. Not decreases, increases. Meaning, when we say I'm fine to avoid discomfort, we don't calm ourselves. We disconnect. We stress. And disconnection always shows up somewhere. And if you've been feeling the effects of that disconnection, it's not a flaw. It's feedback. And that's okay. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast that empowers you to master your emotional world. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling is a signal and every signal holds power. In a world that often tells us to ignore or dismiss our emotions, we're here to remind you that whatever you're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. Each week, we'll dive into real-life challenges, share relatable experiences, and equip you with the revolutionary framework to name it, claim it, and navigate it, transforming your feelings into your greatest guides. So let's take a deep breath, lean in, and unlock the power of your emotions. I remember a moment not long ago. Someone asked me how I was doing. It was casual, passing, one of those hallway questions, right? And without even thinking, I just said, I'm fine. But I wasn't. I felt stretched. I was carrying heavy things, not physically, but just in my mind and in my soul, and I hadn't processed it all yet. And in that moment, saying, I'm fine, felt easier than opening up a door I didn't have time to walk through, to explain all the things I'm dealing with. That's the thing about I'm fine. It's efficient. It's socially acceptable. It keeps things moving, but it skips something essential. And that's what we're talking about within this platform and with this mission of And That's Okay. And it's that we have to name it, claim it, navigate it. Because when we say I'm fine, you bypass all 3 of those things. Name it is simply telling the truth, at least to yourself. Not dramatically, not publicly, but privately saying, I am overwhelmed. I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. I'm exhausted. Because here's what happens neurologically. When you label an emotion, your brain shifts activity from the stress center toward regulation. In simple terms, naming it lowers the intensity. I'm fine keeps the intensity hidden. Naming it reduces that intensity and that stress. Now, let me give you another scenario. You're at home, you had a long day, and something small happens. Dishes are left out, a tone in someone's voice, or maybe a forgotten commitment. Someone asks, what's wrong? And you say, nothing, I'm fine. But later, you're short. Maybe you're quiet. Perhaps you're withdrawn. Because what you were actually feeling wasn't nothing, and you weren't fine. It was frustration or loneliness or feeling unseen or overworked. And when you didn't name it, it didn't disappear. It will leak out in other ways. So let's talk about claiming it, because this is the shift. This is where most people stop. They might name it in their head or under their breath, and they argue with it internally. I shouldn't feel this way. It's no big deal. They probably didn't mean it. And that's dismissal. Claim it is different. Claim it says, I feel this, and that's okay. Let that breathe a little. Not just because it's convenient, not because it's comfortable, but because it's true. When you stop fighting a feeling, it stops fighting you. And then comes navigate it. This is where validation becomes leadership. This is where people assume validation means staying stuck, but it doesn't. Navigate it asks questions. Now that I've acknowledged this honestly to myself, what's my next wise step? This is not a reaction, not an explosion, not a shutdown, but intention. Let's walk through some action steps. Step 1, you have to build awareness. This week, I want you to notice when you say, I'm fine. Don't correct it out loud, just clock it mentally. Just recognize that you are saying it. And then later, ask yourself, what was actually happening in me right then? Why does this matter? Because you can't change a pattern you don't see. Awareness is power. Step 2, you have to practice claiming it. Now that you have started to see a pattern of when and how often you dismissively say, I'm fine, step 2 is choose one feeling that you tend to dismiss. Maybe you dismiss feeling overwhelmed, maybe resentment, maybe sadness. And when it shows up, say, even quietly to yourself internally, I feel this, and that's okay. This matters because resistance intensifies emotion. Permission softens it. You are not validating behavior or the situation. You're validating the experience you have with your feelings. That distinction changes everything. Now we have to navigate with one decision, because now it's time to start asking questions. Step 3 is navigate it. What's one supportive action I can take right now? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's a boundary or a conversation that needs to happen. Maybe it's simply space to breathe. Why does this matter? Because feelings are data. They're sending you information from this built-in emotional system that's been part of you from the very beginning. We just haven't been taught how to use it well. And when you start using that information intentionally, you will make better decisions. If I'm fine has become your reflex, this isn't about shame. It's about awareness. You don't have to stop saying it. In fact, you won't stop saying it overnight, but you can start catching yourself saying it. And you can start naming it. What's real? You can claim it, and you can navigate it. You don't need to be fine. You need to be honest. I feel this, and that's okay. Thanks for tuning into this episode of And That's Okay. I hope our conversation left you feeling validated, empowered, and equipped with practical steps to name it, claim it, and navigate it in your own life. If you found value in today's message, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear that their feelings are valid. Your support helps us spread the validation revolution far and wide. And if you're ready to dive deeper into transforming your emotional landscape, you'll definitely want to grab a copy of my book, And That's Okay. It's available on Amazon or through my website. Just check the link in my bio or the captions of this episode. For daily inspiration and reflections and more tools to support your growth, come connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear how you're applying the name it, claim it, navigate it work frame in your own life. Before we wrap up, a quick reminder, I'm not a licensed doctor or therapist. I'm simply sharing experiences and insights that have helped me and countless others along the way. My mission is to empower you with tools, not to replace professional medical advice. Remember, whatever you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay.